C-Web this evening, all the makings of a up-tempo affair. A lot of speed on the floor. They love to play, both these teams, at a very high pace.
They're trying to get good looks early in the clock, and I'll tell you why. Against a better defensive team, why slow the ball up and wait for them to get set? Against better defensive teams, you must speed up the pace to get an open shot. In the NBA, an open shot from a player that's in his skill set is a great shot. It doesn't matter if it's with 1 second left on the shot clock or with 20 seconds on the shot clock. So why not speed the pace up, see if you can get that early look. If not, bring it back out and then set up the play. But run, get it going, and see if you can get some easy looks early.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. On the court right now for the Spurs. Inside, it's the veterans, Aldridge and Gasol. Young is out there with Green, and it's Anderson in at the 3 slot. Now here's Green. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Young passes to Gasol. Screen by Young. Here's the floater. Goes up again. It's stolen by Randall. Ingram against Anderson. They get it back. Here's AI. Off target at the rim. For San Antonio, they've gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. It's Young on the wing. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Not getting anything to fall here early. 4 straight misses to start the game.
And that one's good. AI.
And Corey Harris, a star player in college, a very polished product when he came into the NBA. And he just looks like a natural leader out there on the floor.
Harris quickly becoming, Greg, one of the bigger names and stars in the NBA. I know this team was simply ecstatic to land him on draft day, and he's a big part of their future.
The length and athleticism on display. Ingram, something special on the move. Well, look, Julius Randle making an effort to up his physical condition. Look, you love his motor, and he wants to be able to handle dealing with larger assignments, as he can often give up height on most plays against most players. He's one of the more consistent presence on the floor.
Shots good from Young.
You know, effective from the interior. Young is someone who looks to score once he's that close.
Harris kicks to AI. Lopez, a screen on Green. Brown dishes to Harris. Clock at 4. Back to Brown. The tray. Gasol with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Zubac is checked in for Lopez. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Julius Randle. Hart, he's checked in for Brandon Ingram. And it's Lonzo Ball in for Harris. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Laverne, he's checked in for Gasol. Gay comes in for Kyle Anderson. Otto Ginobili's checked in for Green. And Murray's subbed in for Young. Here's Gay, following the basket by AI. Gay left side. Passes it to Laverne. Murray outside. Here's Aldridge. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Aldridge has got his first bucket of the night.
His mid-range game is what sets Aldridge apart from the other bigs in our league. He's about as accurate a shooter as you'll find among players with his size.
Here's Brown. And the Lakers get it back. Pass to Zubac. On the wing, Brown. He's covered by Murray. Brown the pass to Ball. The screen from Brown. Ball no good.
Well, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide open 3 like that.
Murray kicks to Ginobili. Gay right side. Fades away. Ball with the rebound.
Off target with what's what? A pretty good look from mid-range.
Really left alone that time. 10 points for AI. And you talk about getting thrown into the fire. We're seeing the first NBA minutes for AI in one of the biggest games of the season. This team must believe in him to look his way with everything on the line.
And if you follow the news, you might have heard the story of how AI came to land on this team. This is as pressure-packed a debut as it gets, and AI has to be both terrified and elated right now.
Lets the three fly, and he's good on the three ball. Brown's got 13.
In this first period, they've been aggressive and extremely focused.
Well, that's put them up by double digits, trying to run away with this one wire to wire.
And so it's AI making things happen for the Los Angeles Lakers. He put together quite a quarter, 13 points in all. And he looks to be planning for more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. The NBA game drawing fans from every culture. And Pau Gasol definitely feeling the love from the Spanish and Latino community.
I always notice the fans that support us and make us feel, pretty much since I got to the NBA, all the Latino fans showed a lot of love and support.
The game going global, and no better ambassador. It's a completely new group for Los Angeles. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol is checked in for Laverne. Kyle Anderson comes in for Manu Ginobili. Green is checked in for DeJounte Murray. Young is subbed in for Patty Mills. Randall is the 4 with Lopez in the middle. Brown out there with Harris. And it's Ingram in at the 3. That's the Laker 5. And Young kicks to Green. Screen by Young. The pass to Gay. Gasol setting the pick for Gay. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. Julius Randle picks one up. And Rudy Gay, Greg, has always been a fantastic scorer since he came into the NBA.
And Gay doesn't do as much scoring as he once did, but he has become more efficient. Doesn't have plays ran for him, gets looks through his instinct, and as he's gotten older, Gay has become even more crafty with how he scores.
And when it comes to athletic small forwards, Gay is the cream of the crop. An aggressive player whose reach really helps him on both offense and defense.
Green against Brown. Over Green. Again, Los Angeles.
Well, he's played a smart and strong game. His field goal percentage proves it.
And there's a minute 45 left in the second quarter. Pass to Gasol. And here's Young from the arc. It's hauled in by Harris.
He's not the only one to blame for them being behind, but he hasn't helped their cause much.
Brown outside. .115 left to play in the first half. 5 to shoot. From deep. The rebound by the Spurs. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And look at what they did in the fourth quarter. Just totally out of sync and lacking in intensity. And that turned into that huge comeback.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully and helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
Well, they certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. D.A., thank you. No good from Gasol.
The D pretty much taking that possession off, but the shot's off target. There's nobody near it.
Gasol with the steal. Young against Brown. Young with no one around. And the shot no good, a bit short. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. They get the rebound. And he's fouled on the shot. One free throw coming up.
And Ingram, he's still getting his weight up. Looking pretty strong that time.
Lakers shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
One shot.
Well, think about the high ceiling that this kid Brandon Ingram has. I mean, and with his long arms, I mean, he could reach the rafters.
Will it go? Shot's good from Young. Young's got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice bucket. There's no question about his skills at the offensive end.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. Lakers lead by 16. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Well, you have scored in bunches tonight, and you're making it look easy, and it isn't. How are you doing that?
Well, you know, it only looks easy because my teammates making it look easy. You know, they've been doing some great work for me tonight, you know, setting me up with some terrific looks. So the points might be mine, but, you know, I got to give them all the credit.
Group effort leads to good results so far. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily. Now, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at AI, in this game, he has been everywhere.
And I loved in that first half that they were patient, looked for good shots, and knocked them down.
Yeah, and then it wasn't all dunks. I mean, they were squaring up with confidence, and that became contagious.
Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Inside, it's the veterans, Aldridge and Gasol. Young is out there with Green, and it's Anderson in at the small forward. When you were playing on the road, obviously the fans would yell things and, you know, try to get under your skin. C-Webb, do you remember any instance when it really bothered you and took effect?
Maybe when I would go home and play for the Pistons, I'd see some fan in the green and white, and maybe Steve Smith, my partner, paid him to be there. But, you know, the Michigan State fans, you know, the gold blue or that type of thing. Or in Ohio, it's very funny, you know, in Ohio, if they want to boo, if they want to get the crowd pumped up, all they do is put a big Michigan M up there, and the crowd will go crazy and boo. So Ohio, usually my people in Ohio State, to Cleveland, they always, you know, had something to say. No, but it was more like, you know, you suck, Ohio State is the best, you know, Michigan State, you should have come here, that type of stuff. And you kind of look back, give a guy a wink, knock her down a jump shot, and put your fingers to your lips and just say, shh, you don't want to get me upset. Let sleeping dogs lie.
That's great. Here's AI. No good on the shot. Great tee that time from Green. Feeds to Anderson. Some solid defense from Ingram.
A hand right in his face on the layup. Excellent defense that time in the paint.
Randall dishes to Brown. Stolen by Anderson. And here's Young from the arc. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
This is how much Young believes in his game. Fantastic at shooting when he feels like he's in a rhythm.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
Yeah, and without all the points they got off the bench, I mean, there's no way they could win that game. I mean, it was the sixth man to the rescue.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Lopez. Dang comes in for Ingram. And Thomas subbed in for Harris. And the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football. Having a 3rd and 13 and them running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
Mills passes to Young. And here we go. Fast break, and AI's got it. And with AI teaming up with Harris, it's actually a throwback to their collegiate days together.
And, you know, Harris was the star of that team, but AI, he carried his own weight, no doubt about it, in that deep tournament run. I know they've had some issues in the past, but they must have put things behind them to team up together now here in the NBA.
And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
2 on the clock. The 3 from Thomas. The rebound by Anderson. Spurs trail by 19. Passes it to Mills. Over Thomas. Mills can't hit. And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around it.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Spurs got through some tension in their relationship early on. Now, Greg Popovich said it became a...
Stolen by Anderson. The young pair of Ingram and Randall are at the forwards. AI is out there with Harris, and it's Lopez in at the center, locking down the middle. That's who's in the game for the Lakers.
Yeah, just tremendous concentration from Young, an experienced guy who knows how to absorb the contact.
And C-Web, so many talk about the 2001 Lakers and how they might be one of the greatest teams to ever play. You saw their talent firsthand. What do you think?
I think they had, Kevin, a Hall of Fame coach, 2 the greatest players to ever play the game, Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. And right there, that 15-1 in the playoffs, that's the gold standard. I mean, Kobe and Shaq were very motivated that year. And I think they're in the conversation for best team ever.
Kicks it to Gasol. Anderson outside. Gasol, a screen on Harris. Murray. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Harris. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Chris, when you're watching how a team is put together, what signals are you looking for that the pieces now are the right ones for that team to be successful?
Yeah, what I look for is balance of talent. Are you heavy loaded at the point guard position? If you have 5 point guards, that's usually not a great balance. But do you have guys that can specialize in their different areas, rebounding, shooting, dribbling, passing? Do you have players that can space the floor that allows you to play the system that you want? Do you have guys that are engaged and have the ego and the pride to want to get stops on the defensive end? So with me, usually I see that it's a balance when you can kind of check off every box that you need to say, yes, we have what we need this season to get where we want to get.
A guy who tells it like it is. Harris isn't afraid to say what's on his mind, especially around his friends.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
But Luke Walton, he's definitely a coach players like to play for. I mean, it helps that he was a player not too long ago. Both stars.
All right, everybody, huddle up. Hey, keep it tight. Don't let up on Marcus. You got that?
Yeah, we clear. I understand.
All right, man. Now, look, let's bring this W home. Bring it in.
Let's do it.
Ready? Great!
Lopez kicks to Harris. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Randall with the bucket. And with Walton, you hear players talk about the leeway that he allows them.
And that extra bit of trust Walton gives goes a long way. It's why so many rookies have been able to flourish under him. Young players develop when you let them learn on the fly, and Walton has done a good job in creating that environment.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Brown kicks to Harris. AI, the screen. Harris passes to Brown. 6 to shoot. Off the screen. And again, it's the Lakers. And if AI is familiar to anyone, you might remember him from his college days. Played a big role in a college tournament run not too long ago.
And unfortunately for AI, he got a little ahead of himself and declared after that run. And NBA scouts felt he just wasn't ready and ended up going undrafted. Just seems like he needed more time to mature, but I'm guessing he wished he stayed another year in college.
Harris kicks to Ingram. Pass to Randall. Brown against Green. Back to Randall. Over Gay. That's good from Randall on the assist by Brown. AI's got 3 assists tonight. San Antonio's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Los Angeles.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And the effort here tonight, adding to the W column for the season. It'll go down as their 48th win.
And they've really had a dominant run of games against this opponent this year. They played them 3 times and won every one.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for AI.
Just the scoring alone. I mean, it's a fantastic game for him. He was just going over, around, through the defense, I mean, all day long.
And it's not hard to see AI out there in an NBA uniform and not be reminded of that huge dunk he pulled off while playing in China. I still remember that play going viral.
Yeah, Greg, he was the talk of basketball after pulling off that dunk, and it actually helped him kickstart his path to the NBA. It's incredible, isn't it, how a dunk can change a career. The pass to Gasol. He kicks it to Gay. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
And the length and athleticism Gay offers is exciting. I mean, terrific at scoring the ball, but he can also defend multiple positions.
The first one falls. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. There's 18 seconds left in the 4th. Outside Thomas. The dish to AI. From deep 3-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
At this point, it's just icing on the cake. Terrific run, closes it out.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books.
Hey, Big Toonie. Hey, I didn't think I'd see you here.
I'm here as a fan, not as a scout. Thanks for the show.
Hey, man, so what you think? Am I running yet?
Hey, this is just the beginning, kid. But you're going to have a lot of teams to choose from this summer. I'll make sure of it. Welcome to the NBA.
Hey, thank you. Thank you.